All right, we are live. Welcome to my live stream. I have a little bit of extra time today, so I figured I might as well just do a live stream. Oh, the chat is in my face. Let me move this. And I'm out of focus. What is going on here? Focus. There we go. There we go. Hey man, love your channel. Going to read Stormlight after the lawyer bar test. The lawyer bar test. Well, congrats on starting Stormlight. My favorite series of all time. Hello and welcome all. Hey Jay, have ever read, watched, or played anything related to World War II? Well, yeah, I've definitely watched a lot of World War II videos. I mean, movies, and I played Call of Duty and stuff. I don't know about reading though. I haven't really read much like that. Jay, I'm sorry for calling you Jake so many times. So many people call me Jake. It's okay. Like, so many people do. I'm eating some hash browns with the best dip in the world, Chipotle. Playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Such a good game. Such a good game. Guys, if you don't know, I'm actually, oh, is the music too loud? If you don't know, I'm actually going to be streaming on Twitch every week. I just did yesterday, and I'm going to be streaming Red Dead Redemption 2 at some point. Currently 7 p.m. in Portugal. Oh, here in British Columbia, Canada, it is 11:01 a.m. Hey Jay, who would you cast as yourself in a biopic? Who would I cast as myself? Who would I cast as myself? Scarlett Johansson. A lot of people say I look like Daniel Radcliffe. Maybe I would cast Daniel Radcliffe. I don't really think I look much like him, though. Hello, everybody. I'm French. The French are a proud, proud people. Can you guys read the chat on screen? Because I just added this feature. Oh, I gotta crop the right. I gotta crop the right side. How do I do this? Here we go. There we go, it's cropped. Much better. Can we get the Twitch link? Yeah, I can get my Twitch link. Yeah, so I'm going to be streaming every week on Twitch. I streamed yesterday, last night, pretty late, but it was weird because there's only like 4 people watching me. So, and I had to like think of things to say, so I'm hoping next... Oh, sorry for the audio. I'm hoping next time there'll be more people. I haven't really advertised it too much. Okay, here is the Twitch link. It might be in the description of this stream too, I don't know. Okay, let me scroll up here. Music is fine? Okay, good. I was trying to fight off being hungry, now I have to go on my lunch break. Well, hey, at least you got lunch break. Hey Jay, into H.P. Lovecraft. I haven't really read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft. I've read, The Call of Cthulhu, and there was one more that I read. It's been a while, though. Have you read the new essay, Stormlight Archive, 5 chapters that have come out of Banks and NYCC? Is that the Stormlight Archive you're talking about? No, I haven't. I haven't read any of that. I don't want to spoil myself. Change your middle name so you'll actually be JK. That's meta AF. You know, I wish I could change my middle name. I don't really like my middle name. It's a secret, though. I'll let you guys guess what it is. I don't know. I think J makes a good J. Yeah, I would play myself in a biopic. If only I could act. I mean, I guess I'm acting as myself. That's easy enough. Join the stream. First words I hear are Scarlett Johansson. Hey, when is the Berserk Deluxe Volume 2 review coming out? Love the first one. I'm glad that people like that one because I didn't get too many views, but I every once in a while I get people asking me about when the Volume 2 review is gonna come. You know, I'm gonna try to get that out probably sometime near the beginning of November. What sauce are you eating? Chipotle, the best sauce there ever was. While I'm trying to be a lawyer, I'm also trying to move to Canada. I'm Brazilian. Oh, you're the comment up above. Right. Right. Congrats on trying to move to Canada and becoming a lawyer. Both. Okay, I'm kind of, let me scroll down in the chat. Hey Jay, why not just make a gaming channel and stream on YouTube? I thought of that. You know, everybody says that streaming on Twitch is better, so I made a Twitch and I've been streaming on there. But so far I feel like I definitely don't get as many people watching as I do on YouTube because my whole following is on YouTube, right? So I don't really know. I don't know. I've thought about making just like a separate gaming channel and doing all that there. I don't know. I'll have to consider. But, I mean, in the meantime, you could just go check out my Twitch. Diving into R. Scott Baker when? Oh, probably not anytime soon, but I do want to get to Baker at some point. Fantasy Fanatic reading Rhythm of War at the moment. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it more than I do. I had a few issues with Rhythm of War. Like, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was great. It's Sanderson. It's Stormlight Archive. It's awesome. But it's also the Stormlight book that I had the most issues with. Ever met Rothfuss? No, I never have. I've never met Patrick Rothfuss. I've never met Brandon Sanderson. I've never met any author. Yeah, I've never met any of my favorite authors except for Joe Abercrombie. I interviewed him. You get advanced copies of Sanderson books. No, I don't. I wish. To be honest, I don't really get many publishers contacting me to like send advanced copies or anything. I don't really have that happen too often. Your recommendation and why you should read videos are my favorites. Are there any plans? Perhaps? Any plans for more? Yeah, actually later this week, I'm putting out my fall recommendations. My, like, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. My top 10 fantasy books to read in the fall or in autumn. That should be out on Friday. If it's not up on Friday, it'll be up on Saturday. I'm just kind of waiting for a sponsor to get back to me. Have you read The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee? I haven't. I've watched his YouTube channel a bit. And that's a book I definitely want to get to. Okay. I had the chance to meet Rothfuss at a book signing in college, but I didn't have the time to make the event. Oh man, I would really like to meet Rothfuss sometime. I'm really behind on the chat, so I'll scroll down a minute here. Original Human, have you finished Mistborn Era 2 yet? I absolutely loved it and can't wait for the new book. I just have the last Mistborn Era 2 book to get to. Well, the last one that's out right now. What is it called? Is it the Bands of Mourning? I don't remember. But yeah, I just have the last one to get to. Never thought I'd make it this far, but I'm halfway done with A Memory of Light. Can't wait to move on to other fantasies like Abercrombie. I can't wait to get to A Memory of Light. It's taking me too long to read The Wheel of Time because I keep trying to read other series at the same time, but I'm trying to just focus on The Wheel of Time for audiobooks. Like, it's the main series I've been listening to when I drive, so I really want to finish it. Yeah, The Bands of Mourning. It has some good Cosmere connections, so I think you'll love it. Awesome. I cannot wait. I can't wait to get to The Bands of Mourning. I should probably try to read that next month. Could you tell us about the magic system, if there is one, in your book, without spoiling the plot? Oh boy. Okay. I'm not gonna really spoil too much. I'm not gonna talk about the magic system in depth, but there's something that involves alchemy. There's also sort of like a medical magic. There's these kind of supernatural diseases, and there's one strain of this disease that's kind of like sentient. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil too much. Finish Era 2, what the heck, Jay? I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't yet. But I will, soon. Oh, I need to go this... Yeah, this way. Here we go. Have you read Mistborn's Secret History? I have read Secret History. I read it, when I probably shouldn't have. I read it, like, right after finishing the original trilogy. I still really enjoyed it, though. Like, I understand I'm not going to pick up on everything by reading it at that point, but I'll have to go and reread it after I finish Mistborn Era 2. Hello from Ethiopia. Hello. Hello from Canada. Hello. Haha, my true passion is all things fantasy, D&D books, games, movies, etc. Oh, he was replying to someone. Is The Lightning Tree worth a read? I would say so. I actually need to make a video on the Lightning Tree at some point, because it's not amazing. I don't think it's necessary to read for the Kingkiller Chronicle, but if you just want to learn a little bit more about Bast and kind of his weird fae habits, I shouldn't spoil anything for people who haven't read the book, but yeah, I would say it's worth the read. I should make a video on it. How do you feel about your channel and the expertise people now look to you for? I don't know, man. I don't know. I love having my channel. I love making videos. Sometimes I do feel a little bit of pressure sometimes to edit good, because I'm known for editing good, so I feel like I always have to do that, you know? But sometimes I don't want to spend so much time editing. I think that's probably just all in my head anyway. But, expertise that people look to me for. I don't know. I just like talking about books. And you know, I like that I can share my opinion with books and hear other people's opinions, and it can just be a big conversation. Rings of Power. Any thoughts? Oh yeah, so I still have, what is it, the last episode and a half of Rings of Power to watch. And there's things that I really like about Rings of Power. There's things I've enjoyed, but there's also some things I really don't like. Almost every single episode, there's something that why did they go, why is the writing so bad? Like, I don't know. There's things I don't like, but there's some things I really do like as well. I should make like I should tier rank all the episodes of Rings of Power, and then I should also make a season review for it. Have you watched House of the Dragon? I actually haven't. I haven't watched House of the Dragon at all. I've been reading / listening to The Last King of Austin Ard, Warhammer, The Horus Heresy, and Godling Chronicles. I haven't heard of the last one, but yeah, I want to get to The Last King of Austin Ard at some point. Tad Williams is such an incredible writer, honestly. I just think his prose is amazing. Hey Jay, when's the Kingkiller style complete detailed Malazan lore breakdown and discussion vid coming? When I read Malazan, so probably not for a while. How much money did you spend on the Stormlight minis? Also, can you tell us who Zelion is? I gotta be honest with you guys, I never backed the Stormlight minis. I just don't know if it's a smart financial decision for me at the moment, because they're just miniatures. I don't know. I would like to, but I just didn't. I didn't right now. But maybe, I bet you they're probably gonna go up on like the Dragonsteel website shop at some point. So maybe I'll get some in the future. Zelion, yeah, or Zelion? I don't know how you say it. Zelion? Who do I think Zelion is? I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I think it's probably either a Dustbringer Radiant, or it could be... no. Yeah, it could be, what's Odium's champion? Maybe. I don't know. There's also one thing that's kind of a spoiler I don't want to mention, but... It kind of looks like it has some, like, thorns on the armor, so I don't know. You should play Ark on Twitch. I've never, ever played Ark. I've never played it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. What do you think has better food? Roshar or Temerant? Oh, I like this question. I feel like Roshar is gonna have a lot of spices. And probably some crustacean food, like, as well. Temerant, I don't know. Temerant's the world in the Kingkiller Chronicle, if you guys don't know, and Roshar is the world in the Stormlight Archive. I feel like Temerant would be pretty basic medieval food. So I'm gonna say Roshar. I'm gonna say Roshar probably has a lot more unique, like, spices and stuff. I would like to try a... What does Rock call that, like, wrap food? Chota? Or something like that? I don't remember. Daniel Green! Hey, thanks for joining the stream. Would you be willing to fight a polar bear for a Klondike bar? I don't know, man. I feel like maybe I couldn't take on a polar bear. If I'm being completely honest, probably not. Well, maybe on a good day, you know. Whenever I think of a polar bear, I think of Tolkien's... that Tolkien Christmas book. If any of you have read that, it's actually really good. The Godling Chronicles are by Brian Anderson. I don't think I've ever heard of that author. I'll have to look up that series. Dragon Mage by M.L. Spencer. Are you planning on reading the Innocent Mage series by Kareth Miller? I didn't have any plans on it. I don't think I've heard of it, but I could add that to my list. Maybe I will. I hope my, you know, disgusting, moist eating is not, you know, picking up in the microphone. I'm not trying to do ASMR. Do you want to make in-depth videos about the Wheel of Time books? Yes, I've actually been getting back into the Wheel of Time because I took a huge break. I don't know why. I just took a huge break to read other stuff. And I just kind of forgot where I was. So then I went back, I reread a couple books. Now I'm finally continuing with the Wheel of Time. I'm actually really loving it. Like, it's up there. It's one of my favorite series. Right now, I feel like I probably can't make lore videos on it until I finish all the books. But I definitely do want to make lore videos. I want to make some in-depth videos on it. But maybe even now I could make, like, just a basic overview of, like, what the wheel is and maybe the magic system or something. You don't think of His Dark Materials. That's where my mind goes with polar bears. Yeah, actually, I do think of that too. But I recently read, well, last Christmas I read Tolkien's story with, what is it called? I have it. I don't know, I can't read it, but it's too far away. But the Tolkien book with, like, the polar bear that fights goblins. If you guys haven't read it, I would definitely recommend. It has, like, actual letters that Tolkien wrote. He wrote to his kids. Letters to Father Christmas! That's what it's called. Hey, next year, if I drive my schoolie to Canada, we should paint the Stormlight minis. I backed for all of them. Except that massive statue. Man, if you want to come to Canada, I would paint some... If you're ever in British Columbia, I would paint some Stormlight minis with you, for sure. I really want that statue. I really do. But it's expensive. I think it's like $400? $400, I think. Rings of Power is so bad. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. Like, there's things I like about it. I'm kind of in the middle. I liked it more than the Wheel of Time show. And there's certain things that I enjoyed with it. But, like, every single episode with Rings of Power, there was something I didn't quite like. Because the show took the wind out of the sails big time. Glad you're loving the books. Yeah, that probably is what happened with the Wheel of Time. Because, yeah, I never really put that together, but it was around the time when I was watching the show. Now, I just kind of stopped reading the books after. But now, I'm finally reading them again, and I'm loving it. So, I do want to make some lore videos on Wheel of Time. Interested in Vinland Saga, Jay? I absolutely am. I've read the first volume, and I want to make more manga videos, but whenever I do, they just don't really perform well on my channel at all. So maybe I just need to make more of them. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I need to make more of them so that they'll finally start to do well, but... Because I've been reading manga. Guys, I've been reading manga since I was probably, like, 7 years old. And it's something I just don't really talk about on my channel, because whenever I do, the videos just don't perform great, but I should just make those videos anyway. Craziest Kingkiller theories, craziest Kingkiller Chronicle theory you've heard. I can't really spoil anything, so I don't want to mention it in the stream for people who haven't, read them. Well, I have heard one crazy theory of people thinking that Coat in the inn is actually Denna. I don't know. That's a weird theory. Working on any book cover would be great to see the process. Currently, no. I'm not really doing much book cover work lately. Letters to Father Christmas, yes. Oh, am I way behind on the chat? Original Human, I actually enjoyed the Wheel of Time show. My wife hasn't read any of the books, so the show was her first impression. and she loved it. Okay, well that's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. There were episodes I enjoyed, but I felt like the first episode I didn't really like it. And then the second episode I enjoyed, third episode I enjoyed, then it kind of slowed down again. And then later in the show, I think it was like episode 7, I actually enjoyed that one. But then the finale just completely ruined it for me, but... Oh, a super chat from the Fantasy Files podcast. Thanks so much for the super chat. Hey Jay, have you played The Outer Worlds or Fallout? I'm currently addicted to both. I played a little bit. Wait, The Outer Worlds. I'm thinking of, what is it? The Outer Wilds? Is that what you're talking about? I'm thinking of Outer Wilds. What's The Outer Worlds? The Outer Worlds. Oh, The Outer Worlds. No, I haven't actually played that. I thought you were talking about Outer Wilds. I played a little bit of, and it is such a great game. I want to start streaming that, actually. I stopped playing it because I want to stream it. And Fallout, yes, I played the original Fallout, like Fallout 1, and I never beat Fallout 3, and I never beat Fallout 4. I'm pretty bad when it comes to beating games. Another super chat. Thanks so much, Lightning Tiger 77. Did you already discuss your thoughts on Rings of Power and House of the Dragon? I did, yeah. I mean, House of the Dragon I haven't watched yet. Yeah, I haven't watched House of the Dragon yet. Rings of Power, like I said before, there's parts I'm really enjoying about it. There's parts I didn't enjoy. I still have the last episode and a half to watch of it, and then I'll make a full season review, as well as an episode tier list, I think. Whenever you think about Amazon's waste of time, I think about how much more fun it would be to go down a slip and slide over a ruptured septic tank. Wow, yeah. That would be so much more fun, right? Oh, Jay, have you heard of the PGO Book 6 announcement? No? No, I did not. I have not heard of that at all. I didn't know that was a thing, even. I didn't know he was planning on making a 6th book. Daniel Green, do you have any favorite King Killer covers? I've only seen the standard King Killer series releases. If I was going to collect, where would you point? Honestly, I don't have many favorite King Killer covers. I don't think any of them are that great. I prefer the UK covers over the US ones. I don't have the UK covers, but I prefer those over the US ones. But even so, they're not that great. I mean, the 10th anniversary edition for The Name of the Wind is awesome, but I don't know when we're gonna see one for the Wise Men's Fear. There's been no update on that, even though the 10th anniversary has come and gone, so I don't know. There's also some custom ones you can buy. They're pretty expensive, but this person makes these leather-bound editions of The Name of the Wind and the Wise Man's Fear in, like, one has green leather, one has red leather, I believe, and it's got like a lute like engraved into it. Those are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, as far as other covers, I can't say that any of them are that great. I have the original cover, actually that Elliot Brooks sent me, and that cover's so funny because it looks like an erotica. Like, it looks like Kvothe is, his shirt's like ripped open, his hair's flowing in the wind. It looks like some erotic fantasy. It's hilarious. Phantom Greyfire, the best thing to come out of Rings of Power were the memes. The memes were actually entertaining, something the show actively tries not to be. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand. With Rings of Power, I don't understand how Amazon has such a huge budget, but they can't hire good writers. Like, the same thing with The Wheel of Time. I feel like the writing is the main problem, and I just don't get it. When you have a budget that huge, you think you would be able to have some good writers on the team. The Outer Worlds is a space RPG. Outer Wilds was dope too. Loved that. Yeah. The Outer Worlds that's kind of like Fallout, I believe. I haven't played it, but Outer Wilds I definitely want to play more of. I'll probably play that on Twitch. What do you think of Dan Wells in the Cosmere, Jay? I was gonna make a video on that, actually. on Monday, but then I actually had a eye infection. I had like an eye sty or whatever. I thought it'd be gone by Monday, but it wasn't. But my whole eye was just like puffed up and red. It looked terrible. So I didn't make a video on that, but maybe I still will. But yeah, Dan Wells in the Cosmere, I don't think it's that terrible. Like, there's some people that think that it's not going to... some people think it's not going to feel like Sanderson anymore. It's going to become, you know, this huge Marvel universe with all these different authors. I don't know. Dan Wells, they've been friends for a long time. And Dan Wells is a great writer. He's really good at structuring things. He knows the Cosmere inside and out. I think if there's going to be anybody working on it, I think that he is a great addition to the Cosmere. Dark Souls. Yes, I'm going to play Dark Souls on Twitch as well, but I think I might just do... I think I'm just going to do Elden Ring, because, like, when Elden Ring first came out, I got it, I played it, but then I stopped playing it because I wanted to save it for Twitch to stream with you guys, so I've been holding off on playing it. I mean, I put a good, whatever, I don't know, 7 hours or so into it, but, oh crap, I just lost my chat. I accidentally pressed the back button. 1 second. Yeah, but I think I might play Elden Ring, and then go back and play Dark Souls. The topless Kvothe cover is the best, all others are inferior. Yeah, I do kind of like it, just because it's so unique. It's just funny, it's almost like a meme itself. I tagged you on Discord with the article about book 6. Oh, thank you. I'll have to check that out. I had no idea. Jay, what happens when you combine Roshar and Ranland? You get pure awesomeness. That would be insane. Honestly, if you combine, and especially the two magic systems, if you combine those, that would be just madness. I feel like it would just be destruction. I feel like if you combined Roshar and Ranland, it wouldn't work. It would just blow up on its awesomeness. Man, UK always has the best covers. I agree, honestly. I feel like most UK covers I prefer. But when it comes to like the Brandon Sanderson covers, I know a lot of people prefer the UK ones. For Stormlight Archive, I prefer the American covers. To me, those feel like they suit the Stormlight Archive way more. I like the American Mistborn covers as well, but I do prefer the UK Mistborn covers. I just love, you know, the white with the blue accents. I prefer that from Mistborn. Warbreaker, I like the UK covers for more as well. Elantris, I'm not too sure. I don't really have a preference for Elantris. I don't mind both of the covers. Makes me wonder where all that money went. Water bottles? How does Amazon have Rings of Power look so cheap? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't understand how it was such an expensive production, and somehow it just flopped. I mean, it didn't flop, obviously. Has so many views, but I just don't understand how they can't hire better writers. Where is my stream? I just lost it again. Come back to me. I can't get back to the page that like just has my chat. I guess I'll just have to open the stream. Hopefully it doesn't. Set it to 144p so that it doesn't bring down connection. Okay. Have you ever read fantasy by Indian authors? I'd suggest... Oh, I'm gonna butcher this name. I would suggest Vikramaditya Uvargatha series by Shatrujit Nath and Burnt Empire Saga by Ashok Banker as starting points. Think you'd like it. I'm so sorry for butchering those names, but I haven't really read much like Indian fantasy at all, but I would love to. I'll definitely check those out. I'm gonna look that up. Hey, the Burnt Empire saga, especially, that catches my eye. See this. Oh, yeah, I've seen these covers. Upon a Burning Throne. Yeah, those covers look amazing, honestly. I am a big fan of those covers. I will definitely have to check that out. I used to hate reading, and then I read Name of the Wind and realized I love fantasy, and now I love reading. That's awesome. That's so awesome to hear. I loved reading for like a long time, since I was like ever since I was young, but then I kind of stopped reading a bit in high school, you know, because I thought I was too cool for reading. But even then, I still was reading like The Legend of Drizzt and by R.A. Salvatore, and I read like the Night Angel trilogy. But there was a time where I quit reading for a long, long time. And then The Name of the Wind was actually what kind of pulled me back into reading. When I first made my booktube channel, or my YouTube channel, I was trying to make it like, I was watching a bunch of booktube, and you know, everybody was recommending all these young adult books, so I picked up a whole bunch of them. I went on this big like book haul shopping spree and bought a ton of the young adult books that everybody was recommending. And a lot of them I didn't like. I'm not saying that I like, there were some that I liked, but like I picked up like all the Throne of Glass books. I wish I didn't buy those because I do not enjoy them. I got a bunch of other popular YA books that I just didn't enjoy too much. But then I found The Name of the Wind, and that's really what jump-started my channel, because I made the lore videos on them. I think the first one I made was about the Creation War, or it was about the Ademaru, I forgot. Have you read The Dark Tower? Not the best fantasy series out there, but King brings something different in his blending of genres that I find refreshing. No, I really want to read The Dark Tower, but I feel like I probably should read some other King first. Like, I do want to read Salem's Lot and The Stand before I read The Dark Tower. I can't say I have ever hated reading, but Kingkiller Chronicle was what really got me into reading as well. Before it, I read, but not nearly as much. Yeah, I read The Name of the Wind. I remember I read most of it when I was on a plane ride to Prince Edward Island. I just binge read the book. And that memory has always stuck with me. Any plans on streaming God of War Ragnarok? I'm so hyped for my thick boy with the big axe. I want to stream God of War because I haven't played that yet. Then you know, I'll probably will stream Ragnarok, but probably not when it first comes out, unless I start streaming God of War right now. I don't know when Ragnarok comes out, but I do want to stream the first one, not like the very first God of War game. But nah, they flopped with Rings of Power. They do not have enough views for how much. Or oh, wait, oh no, I scrolled down in the chat. Where was that comment? No, it's forever lost. It's forever lost. I'm so sorry. Daniel Green, I will not stand the Dark Tower slander. It makes me feel misery. Go walk a green mile. And Shining. Yeah, I feel like I definitely want to read some other King before I get to the Dark Tower. People have told me that that's the best way to do it, so honestly, I kind of just wanted to read The Dark Tower because I found the first 3 books at a used bookshop, so I bought them. I was gonna start them, but then my friend was like, no, you gotta read this book, you gotta read Salem's Lot, you gotta read all the others. So I should probably do that. My grandmother was from PEI. Kingkiller Chronicles also what broke my book fast. Oh, that's awesome. Prince Edward Island is really beautiful. Like, I really enjoyed my trip there. It's so peaceful, you know? It's got the small town kind of feeling to it. Do you want more fantasy book series to be adapted as anime? Yeah, I do. I would love that. Especially, I feel like the Stormlight Archive, I would love to see an animated version of. I would also like to see the Kingkiller Chronicle in anime, but I don't know. There's a lot of series I think would work so well in animation. Are you planning to read The First Binding by R.R. Verdi? I don't know if you'll enjoy it or not, because of it being so similar to the Kingkiller Chronicle. I've started reading it. I'm just not that far into it. I said this in my last stream too. I haven't read any since then. But yeah, I have started reading it, and I'm noticing a lot of similarities to the Kingkiller Chronicle. I am enjoying it so far, but I'm gonna have to keep reading and see what I think. And then I want to make a video, you know. I'm probably gonna make a video comparing it to the Kingkiller Chronicle, so that I could kind of see. I can tell you guys all my thoughts. Top 5 King books. 11/22/63. Oh, my friend got me that book. I do need to read that. Misery, The Stand, It, Song of Susanna. Okay. Okay, I will add those to my reading list. Honestly, I might start with 11/22/63 because my friend was telling me how amazing the audiobook for it was, and then he bought me like the hardcover copy of it, and I've been meaning to get to it, so I probably should. Ever tried to get someone else into a book they've tried reading it? Wait. Ever tried to get someone else into a book? They've tried reading it a couple of times, but they can't get through it, and now can't start again, and can't pick up from when they left off? That's terrible! That just means they're not committed to trying to read it. Has that happened to me? I know I've tried to get friends, I've tried to get friends into reading books, and it just never really works out. I don't really have many people in real life that like to read. I mean, Katie reads, but lately she just doesn't have time because she's working so much. But she is reading the Wise Man's Fear. I think she started it, so we're gonna do a discussion video on that at some point. I want to get my chat back to how it was before. What is going on? How do I find... Like, in Creator Studio, can I not just open my chat? Where'd it go? Okay, oh well. I'll just stick with this. I genuinely think you'd like Chainsaw Man after the first 3 volumes. Once you get it, it's a lot of fun and surprisingly nuanced. Dude, I've been reading Chainsaw Man. How far am I? I'm not super far. Let me see. I have it just on the Shonen Jump app. I'm loving it though. I haven't made videos on it because manga just doesn't do good on my channel. I don't understand why. Maybe like I said, I probably just need to start making more manga content and then it will do good. It's just so frustrating with me because I always try to put, with my manga videos, I try to put a lot of like fun editing in those, but then they just don't do that great. I'm 20 chapters into it. I don't know if that's like volume 2 or if that's... I got no clue. Yeah. Yeah, Chainsaw Man. I should try to make some videos on those at some point. You should read Sons of Darkness. It's Mahabharata Indian Legends meets Game of Thrones. Sons of Darkness, okay. Let me Google this. Sons of Darkness by Gaurav Mohanty. Oh, that is a beautiful cover. I should share my screen, but it's too much work. Anyway, that is a beautiful cover. I'll have to add that to my list. Very interested to see Katie's impression of that section of Wise Man's Fear. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, I do. I know exactly which section you're talking about. I'm curious to know her impression of that as well. I once heard that Robert Jordan Was in talks with anime studios about a Wheel of Time adaptation? No. I doubt it. I doubt it. That would be incredible if he was. I mean, a tragedy that it never happened. Wheel of Time is an anime? I would love to see that. I've never read manga nor watched anime except for Dragon Ball Z when I was younger. I don't even know where to start. Oh man, there's so many places you can start. Cowboy Bebop is amazing. It depends on what you like though. Some of the Berserk, like, no. If you're gonna go with Berserk, I would just recommend the manga. Evangelion is one of my favorites, but some people don't like it. It's kind of trippy near the end. That Neon Genesis Evangelion. Vinland Saga has a really great anime adaptation, especially for fans of fantasy. I think Vinland Saga is a great place to start. Attack on Titan is honestly incredible as well, even though it is kind of like overhyped. No, I have not read the Locked Tomb series. I get recommended that a lot, though, so I probably will have to. Jay, your editing is ridiculously impressive. What editing software do you use? Oh, thank you. I use Premiere, Adobe Premiere Pro, but I also use After Effects for certain things. Like, for certain effects, I use After Effects, but most of it's done in Premiere Pro. Yeah, I agree with Daniel about the deluxe volume. The big thing, you have to adjust your brain to reading manga instead of books. Yeah, you gotta read, like, backwards. For me, I've been doing that for so long because I've read manga since I was young, but I think it's definitely kind of a big switch for people, like, just getting into manga. But if you are going to start with Berserk, the first volume, I really liked it by the end of the volume. I didn't quite like the beginning too much, but by the end I really enjoyed it. Then, the second volume, which I'm like, the deluxe volume I'm talking about. The second one, I'm like halfway through it right now. It is incredible. Like, the Golden Age arc picks up so much. I'm enjoying it more than the first one, a lot. Evangelion's true ending is the movie, and it's great. Last 4 episodes can be safely ignored. Yeah, I would recommend the movie as well. I kind of liked the last 4 episodes, gonna be honest, but yeah, you should definitely watch the movie. Real ending. Read backwards. I mean reading from right to left instead of left to right. That's all I mean. I don't mean you're actually reading backwards. I don't understand why people love to suggest Berserk for first time manga. Yeah, well, it is kind of like the Dark Souls of manga. I feel like if you're a fantasy fan already, though, like a lot of people are on watching this stream, then I feel like then Berserk you'd probably appreciate a lot, because I feel like a lot of people that are getting into manga and anime, they don't like how crazy and wacky some anime can be, so they want something more gritty. So I think Berserk in that case is a good recommendation. Same with Vinland Saga and Vagabond. But yeah, it's not really the best for like newcomers. Vagabond is the best manga ever. You gotta read it. I've read the first 2 like big omnibus volumes or whatever. I gotta continue it though. I'm still confused. Why are the books backwards? With manga, because in Japan they read, right to left. So as you're reading, you start on the right page instead of the left page, and you read each speech bubble from the right to the left. So it can be a little bit confusing at first, because when you're reading just a regular graphic novel or whatever, or a comic, you're reading from the left to the right. So it takes getting used to. But once you're used to it, you don't notice the difference. I honestly didn't know that, and now I feel incredibly uncultured. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah. Well, it's okay. It's okay. You've never read manga before, so how would you know? But yeah, with manga, you have to read from the right speech bubble to the left. Berserk and Basilisk manga is over the top to be the first choice of reading. Basilisk manga? Basilisk manga. I don't think I've heard of that. Yeah, I've never heard of Basilisk. But yeah, Berserk is pretty over the top, like, as far as violence and stuff. Very much so. Highly recommend Death Note for first-time manga readers. Yeah, Death Note is great. I think Death Note is a really good place to start. The first manga I ever read was the original Dragon Ball, and I loved it, and I still love it. And then I read a little bit of One Piece. I didn't really get to read too much. My school library had like 4 or 5 volumes, so I read all those. And then I read Death Note, and again, my school library only had so many volumes, so I never got to finish Death Note until later when I was in high school. And I think those are great places to start. Oh, actually, one of the first mangas I read was Dot Hack. Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight something. That is, I remember really liking it. I don't know how it holds up, but it's like a VR virtual reality world manga before Sword Art Online. Glad I was able to catch the stream and learn something new about manga. I'll give it a go, but if it's back, I'm coming back. If it's bad, I'm coming back for you all. Have fun, everyone. Thanks for watching the stream, Original Human. I hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy the manga. Just know with Berserk, it's very, very dark at first. You're probably gonna hate the main protagonist guts for the first deluxe volume. Well, you might like him by the end, but... I plan to read Berserk and Vinland Saga sometime soon, but Junji Ito I'm looking forward to for sure. Dot Hack is amazing! Okay, I kind of want to revisit Dot Hack, because I haven't read or watched any of it for ages, but I remember really loving it. When I was younger, me and my friends, we read Dot Hack, because they had it in the school library, in like grade, I want to say grade 6. We read Dot Hack, and then we would make up this story that we would play where we pretend we're in this virtual reality, and we had like this guild that we made. Then later, me and my one best friend, we played World of Warcraft, and I remember I would kind of like take a lot of ideas from Dot Hack. Have you watched the animated series called Legend of the Vox Machina? No, I haven't. I've heard good things about it. Currently reading The Way of Kings. Man, Brandon Sanderson really had 3 prologues in one book. Jokes aside, it reads so easy considering how hard to read the scale of fantasy can reach. Yeah, I know, he does have like 3 prologues. It's crazy. I remember when I first read it, it did take a while to get into The Way of Kings, because you don't know who the main protagonist is, because it just keeps switching. So I remember it took a little while to get into, but after you get into it, it's so good. And it is easy to read, which is perfect when it's a huge, thick volume like that. If it was just like filled with exposition and was difficult to read, I don't know if I'd be able to read a book that thick, honestly. Lately I'm not able to concentrate on a book that is super thick, because I want to read more books to talk about on YouTube. so it's hard to focus on a book that's just a chonker. I really do think you'd enjoy Witch Hat Atelier. The mangaka is so good. She also did the character design for the samurai episode of Star Wars Visions. Oh, I remember that episode. Wow. Wow, okay. I might have to check that out. Do you play D&D? No, I never have. I've read like a ton of the Forgotten Realms books, and I remember I always wanted to, but I just never really had anybody in my friend group that plays D&D, so I never have. I still want to. I think one of Katie's brothers was talking about playing D&D with me, but he wanted me to be like the dungeon master, and I've never played it, so I don't know if I can do that. There is some amazing German fantasy that I want international people to get into, but it is really difficult as they would need exceptional translations that I just do not think will ever exist. That's tragic. That is honestly tragic. It would be awesome if some fan, like, translated the German fantasy books. That's one thing I think about sometimes. Like, there's probably so many amazing fantasy series out there in different languages that have never been translated. And how would I even know? It's a tragedy. Mind you, I kind of got my hands full with so many books in English that I need to read anyway. Been reading Rhythm of War for 2 weeks and I'm not even halfway through yet. It's so damn thick. Yeah, Rhythm of War it's a thick one, that's for sure. It took me a long time to read. I read it in... I took a huge break when I was reading Rhythm of War because there was one part where it just kind of slowed down, so I took a huge break, and then I came back to it. Watch Psycho-Pass and Fate Zero if you haven't already. I've already watched both of those. I have watched both, and I enjoyed them both. I feel like I need to watch more Fate shows. Is it Fate Zero that I watched? Let me see. Yeah, this is the one I watched. Yes, I watched Fate Zero. I really enjoyed it. I want to rewatch that, actually. Psycho-Pass, I watched when it was first airing. I watched, like, episode by episode. And then I think they made more seasons. I never watched any of the other seasons. Jay, read these author names. Oh, no, I can't... I will try my best, but I'm going to not read them correctly. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Raphael Ziemkiewicz. Oh, I can't even. Is that German? I don't know how to say that. Ziemkiewicz? Oh no, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that's. I can't. Ryszard Kapusinski. Nailed it. Have you read Tawny Man from Robin Hobb? Not yet. I need to read more Robin Hobb. Which book series would you like to transform into a manga? Transform into a manga? I don't know. I feel like if it's manga, it has the potential to become an anime in the future. So I'm gonna say the Stormlight Archive because I just really want to see a Stormlight Archive anime. Are you watching House of the Dragon? I'm not. I've been watching Rings of Power, but I haven't watched House of the Dragon yet. Only Fate Zero and Fate Ultimate Blade Works are worth it? Okay. Till which arc have you read One Piece? It's definitely among my top 5 stories of all time. Yeah, I still do want to make that manga content. I mean, the One Piece content that I was planning on doing a long time ago. I think I just need to not be so worried about manga performing poorly on my channel. I think I just need to do it. What chapter was I up to? So I've only read up to chapter 140. I don't remember where that was. As far as watching One Piece, I remember, long time ago, back in high school, I watched up to the part with Chopper, when, like, they just met Chopper. And then I haven't gone anywhere past that. Who is your favorite King Killer Chronicle character of all time? It's gonna be Kvothe. Kvothe, if I have to pick someone, it's going to be him. But if I have to pick someone besides him, I would probably say Ari. Ari. Or Eladin. That's tough. Hope this question isn't too controversial. Oh boy, what is it? Do you think Patrick Rothfuss is close to finishing Doors of Stone? Oh, that's not controversial. Do I think Patrick Rothfuss is close to finishing Doors of Stone? It seems like he is posting less on socials and seems to be a little busier. I would like to say so. Do I think so? Not really. I think he's closer. Yeah. I just don't know how close. Like, I don't think we're gonna see the Doors of Stone next year. I don't think, maybe in a couple years, maybe we will. I'm just trying to not have so much hope in it, because there was a time when I thought, yeah, he's gonna publish it next year. I can just feel it. And I was getting so hyped up. For some reason, I just really thought he was gonna publish it. And it didn't happen, obviously. And I think that's a problem a lot of fans have, that they just... Sometimes they hear little rumors and they kind of go with it, and then it makes them all excited, and then they get let down. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna be a handful of years away. Can a new book with a chosen one story be interesting, or is the trope used too much? Yeah, no, it could definitely be interesting, I think. I do think the trope is used a lot. You'd have to find a way to handle it really well. Or just make it really subtle. I still think it could work, though. Imagine the Bloody Nine performing on your TV. Dude, I feel like the First Law series would be amazing as a TV show. That series, I wouldn't want to see as an anime. I want to see that as live action. Live action First Law series. Oh, that would be amazing. Either a series or a trilogy of movies, but I'd rather see a series. That would be amazing. That's one of the book series I think I really want to see in live action. That and Mistborn. Jay, have you read the Thorn trilogy by Mark Lawrence? That's the one with the psychopath, right? Yeah, Prince of Thorns, all those. I haven't read it yet. I was going to read it like a few years ago, and then my friend was telling me a little bit about the protagonist, and that did kind of make me not want to start it, but I've read more grimdark since, so I do think I want to read Prince of Thorns at some point here. Maybe the character grows on you, I don't know. Oh wow, surprise stream, huh? Yeah, I thought I would just do a stream. I got a little bit of spare time, so I figured I would just do a surprise stream to chat with you guys. Oh, what is this question? No, where to go? If a genie offered you to either release all of Stormlight or Doors of Stone tomorrow, which one would you pick? That's too tough of a question. Stormlight or Doors of Stone? Why do you ask me questions like this? Doors of Stone I wouldn't want to release tomorrow because I have more theory videos I need to make. So I can't. I don't want it to release tomorrow. That would be too soon. Because as soon as we have news about the Doors of Stone releasing, I am going to make so many theory videos to try and get those out before the book publishes so I can see if my theories are correct or not. So yeah, no, if it released tomorrow, that's too soon. So I'm going to say Stormlight. Also, that's way more books. That's that's like 5 more books. So yeah, I would rather see or 6 more books. I would rather see all of Stormlight released. What do you think about the Chosen One trope? I might have a hot take, but I really like when it's executed well. It honestly feels like the trope by itself is overhated. Overhated. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too hard on the Chosen One trope. I feel like it just has to... Did my quality dip? Sorry, I got distracted. I'm not too hard on the Chosen One trope, but I've just... You see it so many times, especially in like classic traditional fantasy, it does get tiresome. So if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it in some unique way. I love how the Wheel of Time handles the Chosen One trope. But yeah, I think it does have to be fairly unique. Have you read more of the first binding? No, I mentioned that earlier in the stream. I haven't read any more of it yet. I have been distracted by reading. I have been reading, The Seventh Cadence by Jim Wilborn. And, yeah, I'm really liking it. I want to make a video on it at some point. I'm finished. Also, I had a book sent to my P.O. box. Let me show you guys, because it has a really, really nice cover. I'll be right back. It's in my living room. Okay, first of all, I found this beautiful hardcover of The Ruin Lords by David Farland, which is, if you don't know, this is like, where do I need to put this? This is like a classic traditional fantasy that has an extremely interesting magic system. I'm gonna mention this in the video going up this week, but the magic system, basically people, am I not focused again? Focus. There we go. Yeah, the magic system here, people basically can give up an attribute, like their strength or their intelligence or their beauty. They can give that up to somebody else and permanently lose that attribute themselves. So if you give away your attractiveness, you're going to be ugly the rest of your life. If you give away some of your like vitality, your health, you're probably going to be crippled for the rest of your life. But people do this, they give up these qualities to their lord of like their kingdom or whatever, and like warlords, they give their attributes to them so that, well, sometimes they're harassed to give them, sometimes but sometimes they willingly give up these attributes, and then the person that receives the attributes becomes superhuman, like godlike abilities, and the main antagonist has basically taken the attributes of thousands and thousands of people, and he's like this superhuman. And the main protagonist has taken, he's got like, I don't remember, he's got like some super strength and stuff, but it's a super interesting classic traditional fantasy series that isn't talked about a whole lot. I mention it, like I said, I mention it in the video going up later this week. This is the book I was trying to talk to you guys about. This was sent to my P.O. box, The 12 Blades in Contempt by Jordan Barrett. Focus. Why does it not focus? I think the cover is awesome. Like, I think that is such an awesome cover. And obviously it's an Asian-inspired fantasy series. I've only read the first chapter so far. But, yeah, it's self-published, and I'm excited to read it. I'll have to make a video on that one. Well, at some point. It looks pretty short, but... So I'm sure I could get through that pretty fast. It's the mic stream with Jay behind... What? It's the mic stream with Jay behind... What? Why do you think people relate to or find themselves in fantasy novels even though they are imaginary pieces of writing? Does reading fantasy help in getting people through dark times? 100%. 100% it does help. I feel like fantasy has helped me in several cases. I feel like any piece of fiction, people are self-centered, and we're always going to be looking for something to grow from when we're reading, whether we know it or not. I feel like if you're reading a character that's going through some hard times and some troubles, you can kind of grow from what they're going through. And yeah, I think, does reading fantasy help in getting people through their dark times? 100%, I think it does. I feel like I've grown a lot from some of the books that I've read. Your camera's focusing on the mic thing instead of your face. Oh, is that the problem? Is that it's focusing on the pop filter? That problem. I don't even really need to use the pop filter, I don't think. It's the mic stream with Jay behind. I hope it wasn't like that, like the whole stream. It just focused on my pop filter. Doors of Stone. Stormlight will probably happen anyway in its own time. Yeah, I guess that's true. Not so sure about Doors of Stone. Is it possible that Peter Jackson will adapt another fantasy book series or a fantasy book? Is it possible? I don't know. I've got no clue. I would love to see him adapt another fantasy series though. How much in your bank account? Why is somebody asking me how much I receive per month and how much is in my bank account? I'm not going to answer that question. It gives me a D&D atmosphere. What does? The Ruin Lords has one of the nicest cover art. I just love it. Yeah, did you guys even see it? Or was it focused? Was it focused on my microphone? This does have such a good cover. If you could transport yourself to one book for a minute to tell something to a character that would change the story, what would you do? Oh, that is so difficult. That's a really difficult question. To one book for a minute to tell someone something to a character that would change the story. I have no clue. I don't know what I would say. I wish I had a better answer for that. I really don't. It was a bad joke, LOL. Your camera was focused on your mic instead of... Yeah, I got the joke now. I just didn't understand. I didn't know that my camera was focused on the mic. Is Sanderson going to finish Game of Thrones, LOL? No, I've heard people say that before. I would not want Sanderson to finish Game of Thrones. I really wouldn't. I just think the styles are completely different. I would like Joe Abercrombie to finish... Wait, what did I say? Yeah, Game of Thrones. I would like Song of Ice and Fire. I would like Joe Abercrombie to finish that, but not Sanderson. Well, really, I would like George R.R. Martin to finish that. Paladin struggle with depression really resonated with me and helped me through dark days I have. So yeah, fantasy is quite helpful. I 100% agree with that. I feel like I've grown a lot from some of the things that Kaladin has struggled with, some of the things Dalinar has struggled with. I think you can totally grow from fantasy. And I think that's something a lot of people don't necessarily realize. Like, there's some people that think fantasy is just a complete waste of time. First of all, I'm never gonna understand that mindset. Like, never. I just don't get it. You think watching a movie is a complete waste of time for you? You do it for entertainment, but also reading is more than just entertainment. Because like I said, you can grow from the experience. And you get other people's thoughts and mindsets, and you get to see different cultures and all kinds of stuff. Gotta go to class. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you, Scythe, for moderating a bit and for joining the stream. I appreciate it. I should probably get going soon, too, actually. It's 12:15 here now. I don't know if I would want Joe Abercrombie, maybe Anthony Ryan, or Scott Lynch. Oh, maybe Scott Lynch. I haven't read any Anthony Ryan yet. What is a book that you hated or do not care for, and why? The Darker Shade of Magic series, I did not care for. I understand why people like it. I think it had a great premise, but it did not succeed at making that premise good at all. So, yeah, the Darker Shade of Magic series, I just wasn't really a big fan of. I didn't hate it, though. Like, I didn't hate it. I still enjoyed some parts of it. Subscriber here. Not sure if you've read Mistborn. If so, what did you think of Sazed's inner struggle with his purpose and religion in Mistborn? I have read Mistborn. I love Mistborn. I've made a why you should read Mistborn video. I made some reviews of the books. Mistborn is a huge series that I love. One of my favorites, honestly. What did I think of Sazed's inner struggle with his purpose and religion? I think that's a relatable struggle that a lot of people have. I feel like it was handled really well. There was a point where I was just getting a little bit annoyed, just because I wanted things to continue. I wanted Sazed to go back to how he was, but I think it was handled pretty well. The most important step a man can take, always the next one. My mantra in life. I love that quote so much. Denna or Ari? Ari, 100%. Ari, 100% over Denna. I mean, not as a love interest, but as a character, yeah, I prefer Ari. Okay, how long have we been streaming for now? We've been streaming for 80 minutes. Okay, I should probably end the stream here, guys, but thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with me, watching me eat hash browns, talking about books. Thanks for hanging out, and I am going to be doing more live streams more often. Like, I just want to do some fun chatting live streams here on YouTube. And then also, if you guys go over to my Twitch, which again, I'll put in the comments, over on Twitch, I'm going to be streaming some games and stuff. Like, I'm going to play Elden Ring. I'm going to play Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm going to play maybe some Stardew Valley or something. I'm going to play the Wheel of Time game that came out in 1999. Also, I'll take some recommendations for games if you guys want me to play something. I do want to play God of War and some other ones. There was one game I wanted to mention. What was it? Oh, I forgot. Anyway, here's my Twitch. I just put it in the chat if you guys want to follow me on there and check out some streams on there, because I'll be streaming every single week, and I'll be streaming on here when I can as well. But I probably won't play games on here. I'll just stream and chat with you guys. Anyway, thanks for joining the stream, and I'll see you guys with the video later this week.